You are safe. You are free. You are home.
Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning, beloved community. Welcome to Merkaba Temple Online. Wherever you are joining us from today, across cities, across countries, across oceans, we welcome you into the field of Merkaba Temple. Before temples were built of stone, before sacred texts were written, before teachers and priests and traditions, human beings gathered around a fire. A circle of warmth in the darkness, a place of prayer, a place of truth, a place where stories were told and wisdom was passed from generation to generation. And today, in a modern world filled with noise and speed and constant movement, we gather again. Different locations, different lives, different circumstances, but to the same human longing to remember who we truly are.
Good morning, family. One of the beautiful things about this temple is that it reminds us we are not walking this path alone. Every week, people join from different parts of the world, some seeking clarity, some seeking healing, some simply seeking a quiet place to reconnect with themselves. And in a time when the world can feel fragmented and overwhelming, choosing to pause together like this is a powerful act, because presence restores something inside us. Presence gathers our scattered attention. Presence brings us back to the center of our being. And when we gather like this, something begins to happen. A field forms, a shared space of awareness and sincerity where truth can emerge more easily.
And whether you are joining Merkaba Temple for the first time today, or whether you have been walking with our community for a long time, we would like you to know that you belong here. This temple exists as a sanctuary for awakening, a place where spiritual exploration is welcomed, where devotion is honored, and where we remember the sacred relationship between spirit, earth, and humanity. Each week we gather not simply to learn something new, but to remember something ancient.
And today we will explore a powerful ancient archetype, the Firekeeper, the one who tends the flame, the one who protects the warmth of the community, the one who feeds the fire so the light continues through the night. Every tribe had one, every village had one, every ceremony required one, because when the fire goes out, the circle grows cold. But when the fire is tended with devotion, the light continues.
And the truth is, every one of us carries that role. We are all tending something in this life, the fire of our heart, the fire of our purpose, the fire of love, and the fire of truth. So wherever you are today, take a deep breath. And let the noise of the week soften. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment. And together, let us enter the temple.
Before we move deeper into today's service, we would like to share a few things unfolding within the Merkaba Temple community. First, if this space nourishes you, if these weekly gatherings bring clarity to your mind, steadiness to your nervous system, or warmth to your heart, we invite you to help this temple grow. Spaces like this expand person by person, heart by heart. So if someone comes to mind, a friend, a partner, a family member, or a colleague, someone who could benefit from a place to pause, reflect, and reconnect with what truly matters, please send them the link and invite them to join us next week. The new earth is not built by institutions alone. It grows through small circles of sincere people gathering in truth. So help us spread the word about Merkaba Temple.
Merkaba Retreats private immersions are coming this summer to all of us. We would love to share about the next group retreats that we'll be offering here in Puerto Vallarta. For our group retreats, we have a summer solstice retreat and a Lionsgate retreat. You can find more information about those on the websites. We are also offering private Merkaba Retreats immersions here. Today, we have completed a beautiful retreat week for one of our brothers, and wow, it was just incredible to serve him and to see his transformation. More on that soon when he's ready to tell us his story. So these personal retreats, they're deeply personalized containers designed for individuals, couples, anybody who needs focused time for healing, clarity, and transformation. Some people, they come to reset their nervous systems. Some come to navigate major life transitions. Some come to reconnect with purpose, devotion, and the deeper truth of who they are. Excuse me. These immersions combine spiritual mentorship, somatic work, ceremonies, nature, and reflection in a beautiful environment here by the ocean. So if you feel the pull, make the call, archershaw.guru/book online, and talk to us today.
And this week, we're launching something new that we're very excited about. Starting this Wednesday, we are hosting a weekly gathering called the Gay Wealth and Impact Network. This is an online space for gay leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries who would like to connect, collaborate, and support one another in building meaningful businesses and impactful lives. It's not just networking in a traditional sense, it's a space for authentic connection, a space where people can talk honestly about leadership, purpose, money, impact, and the unique experiences many gay men navigate in the world of business and influence. We'll meet every Wednesday online, and if that resonates with you or someone you may know, we invite you to explore it. You can learn more at thegaylyimpact.org/gay-win. The gay win.
Please join us or tell your friends. And also, before we continue the service, we'd like to pause for a moment of gratitude. Our temple exists because people like you show up each week and help sustain our space. There is no corporation behind the temple. It is supported by a community of people who believe that spaces for reflection, healing, and awakening matter. So if Merkaba Temple nourishes you, if these gatherings bring you home to yourself, and if you feel the sincerity of what we are building here together, we invite you to give from alignment, never from pressure. Your offerings support these weekly broadcasts, our global community gatherings, retreat scholarships, and the ceremonies and spaces we hold throughout the year. So if you feel called to contribute, go ahead, take out your phone, open up Venmo, and type in @Merkaba Temple, all one word, and donate what you can. Or visit merkabatemple.com/donate. Give from gratitude, give from sincerity, and give from the place in you that recognizes value. Thank you. Your generosity helps keep our temple alive.
All right, officially, let's take a deep breath together and open with the Adi mantra. Deep breath in. The Adi mantra is the mantra of opening. It's a bow, a softening, a returning. It anchors us into humility and into the recognition that the true teacher is not outside of us, but within us and all around us. Its essence is simple. I bow to the infinite wisdom, the Guru who lives in me, the Guru who lives in you, and the Guru who guides this entire path. As we chant it, let it awaken the remembrance that Guru is already here, in your breath, in your body, in your awareness, in every step you take on this journey. We take 3 deep breaths, and on the 4th breath, we sing Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. If you know it, join us, and if you're just now learning it, feel free to listen and join in when you feel comfortable. Here we go. Rubbing our hands together, activating left and right hemispheres of the brain, balancing that masculine, feminine energy. Coming to a pause, bringing the hands to the heart center, taking a deep breath in and release. Once again, deep breath in and release. Deep breath in and release. Receive the breath to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Again. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. One more time. Om Namo Gurudev Namo.
Divine light, in us, through us, and all around us, we pause now and enter this sacred space together. We call upon the wisdom of the great teachers, the compassion of the awakened ones, the steady guidance of Guru, and the living intelligence of truth that resides within every sincere heart. We call upon the sacred elements that have guided humanity since the beginning of time. Earth beneath us, steady and supportive. Water flowing through us, cleansing and renewing. Air moving through the breath, carrying life into every cell. And today we honor the sacred fire, the ancient flame that has gathered humanity in circle for thousands of years. The fire that warms us, the fire that illuminates the darkness, the fire that transforms what is offered into light. In the ancient Vedic traditions, a sacred fire was known as Agni, the messenger between worlds, the flame that carries our prayers, our devotion, and our intentions from the human heart into the divine. May that sacred fire be alive within this temple today. May it illuminate our minds, may it open our hearts, and may it strengthen our courage to live in truth. Guide this gathering in clarity and protection. May every person joining us today feel safe enough to soften, present enough to listen, and courageous enough to remember the sacred flame within them. And may this time together serve the awakening of all of humanity as we continue co-creating a new earth rooted in love, unity, remembrance, and sacred service. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is. Before we move into today's teaching, we're going to take a few minutes to gather our breath and attention through the ancient technology of mantra. Now, mantra is one of the oldest spiritual technologies humanity has ever practiced. It doesn't work by convincing the mind. It works by calming the nervous system, steadying the breath, and gathering scattered attention back into the body. Many of us arrive here carrying the noise of the week, responsibilities, conversations, decisions, and pressures, and mantra helps us bring us back to center.
Today, we will chant one of the most ancient and beloved mantras in the yogic tradition, Om Namah Shivaya. This mantra honors Shiva, the consciousness that lives within all things. But Shiva is not simply a deity. Shiva represents the sacred fire of transformation, the intelligence that dissolves what is no longer needed and that gives birth to new life. When we chant Om Namah Shivaya, we are bowing to the divine presence within ourselves and within the entire universe.
Another way of understanding this mantra is simple. I bow to the sacred fire of consciousness within. The same fire that burns in the stars, the same fire that burns in the heart, and the same fire that transforms darkness into light. So wherever you are, you're welcome to chant along with us, or simply close your eyes and allow the vibration to move through you. We're going to use our mala beats today, and we will do 108 repetitions of the mantra that Anne and I will lead. Give me one moment to change the audio settings. Are you ready?
Which way are we doing
The chants.
it? Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Taking a slow breath in and gently exhaling. Allowing the vibration of the mantra to settle into your body. Letting the mind grow quiet. Letting the breath return to its natural rhythm. In the Merkaba Temple tradition, we honor the wisdom of many sacred paths and lineages that have helped guide humanity toward awakening. And we also acknowledge the living presence of Guru Nityananda of Ganeshpuri, whose teachings remind us that the deepest truth does not live outside of us. It lives within our own awareness. Each week, we share a channeled reflection from Guru that helps illuminate the theme we are exploring together. Today's transmission speaks directly to something ancient within the human story, our relationship with the sacred fire. The fire that gathers people in circle, the fire that transforms what is offered into light, and the fire that reminds us that devotion and presence keep the flame alive. So wherever you are, allow yourself to listen not only with the mind, but with the deeper intelligence of the heart. Jacob will now read today's transmission from Guru. Jacob.
Thank you, brothers. Children, listen. Long before your cities were built, long before scriptures were written, human beings gathered around a sacred fire. They understood something your modern world has nearly forgotten. Fire is not merely flame. Fire is transformation. When wood enters the fire, it does not remain wood. It becomes light. When offerings enter the fire, they do not remain offerings. They become prayer rising to the heavens. And when the human heart enters the fire of devotion, the human being becomes illumination for the world. This is why the ancient sages honored Agni. Agni is the messenger between worlds. Agni carries the offerings of humanity to the divine. But understand this clearly. The outer fire is only a mirror. The true fire lives within you. It is the fire of awareness, the fire of courage, the fire of devotion that burns away illusion. Many people sit near the fire, but few are willing to tend it. To tend the fire requires presence. It requires humility. It requires the willingness to stay awake while others sleep. The firekeeper is the one who remembers that the flame must be fed. If the flame is neglected, darkness grows. If the flame is protected, warmth spreads to everyone gathered in the circle. So ask yourself, children, what fire have you been entrusted to tend? The fire of truth? The fire of love? The fire of service to humanity? Do not wait for someone else to keep the flame alive. The world you are entering now will require many firekeepers. People who protect the light. People who feed the flame of awakening. People who understand that devotion is what keeps the sacred fire burning through the night. Remember this. The same fire that burns in the stars burns within you. Tend it well. Om Guru Om.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, brothers.
Jai Guru. Sometimes the wisdom of the Guru lands beyond the mind, and music helps settle it into the heart. We are so very happy to welcome someone back into the temple field today. Many of you know her as Perse, and she is now walking under a beautiful new name, Sapphire. We are grateful to have her voice with us again. Sapphire will now offer a song for the temple.
Yeah, your life's just.
I kissed my pity and I threw it. I prayed I'd keep my soul. Swam down to the river where the water bends. The only place I know.
Can see the
Mississippi's overflowing. Hold your current in my hands. You bring the meaning to my moments. Oh, yeah. The forest for the trees. Will you wait for me? Will you wait for me? Will you wait for me? My evergreen. See the forest for the trees. Oh, I feel so hopeless against the stream. So will you wait for me, my evergreen? I know it's just as hard in heaven. So will you wait for me, my evergreen? I know it's just as hard, my evergreen, evergreen, my evergreen.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sapphire. That was beautiful. Wow. So glad to have you back.
Welcome
This made my
back.
heart so warm. Music has a way of opening the heart. And from that place, we can receive the deeper teachings of the path. Friday night, Christopher and I were holding an all-night ceremony together on the beach for our private retreat this week. And as often happens in our work and in our lives, the ancient elements showed up again. Christopher tends the fire, I carry the water. Fire transforms and water holds. Fire illuminates and water softens. And when those forces move together in harmony, something powerful begins to unfold. This morning, Christopher is going to share a story from that ceremony and a teaching that emerged from tending the fire through the night. So please join me in welcoming Christopher for today's teaching, The Fire Keeper, Tending the Sacred Flame.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my water. Hello, everyone. Welcome for those who are here on Zoom. Welcome to those who are listening to our podcast or viewing us on YouTube Live. We are so grateful that you're here with us today. You know, I am fire and Aeon is water, and it's so beautiful because sometimes my fire can be a little hot and I need his water to, and vice versa, right? It's good to have balance. So today we're going to speak about something that's older than any religion, older than any scripture, and older than civilization itself. Fire, fuego. Before temples were built of stone, before sacred texts were written, before priests or teachers ever stood before a congregation, human beings gathered around fire. Fire was the first altar. It was the first teacher. It was the first place humanity encountered the sacred. And perhaps most importantly, fire was the first place humanity learned to sit together in the light. Long before philosophy, long before theology, our ancestors understood something simple and profound. Where there is fire, there is life. Where there is fire, there is warmth. And where there is fire, there is light in the darkness. And Friday night, beneath the stars, on the edge of the ocean, that ancient truth revealed itself again. We were holding an all-night ceremony on the beach at a turtle sanctuary inside a nature preserve overlooking the Bay of Banderas. The ocean stretched out into the darkness. Across the water, the lights of Puerto Vallarta shimmered like an intergalactic city across the bay. Above us, the night sky. Around us, the living earth. And at the center of the circle, the fire. Aeon and I were facilitating this ceremony together as we do, and in our partnership, in our lives, and in our work, two elemental forces appear again and again. Like I said, I hold the fire, Aeon carries the water. Fire and water, transformation and flow, illumination and compassion, structure and surrender. These forces are not opposites, they are sacred partners in the architecture of life. Fire transforms and water heals. Fire illuminates, but water carries. And when these forces move together in harmony, healing begins to flow and transformation becomes possible. So at the beginning of the ceremony, another brother had been assigned the role of tending the fire. But as the medicine began to open, he went very deep into his journey. And in that moment, something became really clear to me. He should not have to hold the fire. He should be free to go wherever the medicine was taking him. So I stepped forward and took the role, not because it was planned, but because this is how sacred leadership actually appears, quietly, without announcement, and without title. Someone simply steps forward and says, I will hold the fire. This is the nature of real leadership. It's not domination or control, but service to the container. Sometimes the deepest act of love is allowing another person to journey while you remain present, holding the center. Throughout the night, I would walk slowly over to the wood pile, which was slightly to the left side of the circle, not rushing and not grabbing, but approaching the wood pile with reverence, because every piece of wood had once been a living tree. Every log carried the memory of sunlight, the memory of rain, the memory of wind moving through branches beneath the sky. But it carried something else too. The fire carries the history of humanity. For hundreds of thousands of years, human beings have gathered around fire. We've prayed around it. We've cooked around it. We've mourned and celebrated around it. We've told stories and laughed around it. Entire civilizations were built around the circle of fire. So when you approach the fire, you are not simply approaching the flame. You are approaching an ancient teacher, a wisdom older than language. So at the pile of wood, I would slowly place my hands on each piece of wood, one piece at a time, listening, feeling, waiting, until one seemed to say, me, take me. And I would lift that log into my arms and I would hold it against my chest, heart to wood, life touching life. And in that moment, I would offer gratitude. Standing at the edge of the circle, gratitude to the tree that once stood rooted in the earth, gratitude to the sun that nourished it, and gratitude to the earth that sustained it. I would stand there at the edge of the fire for several minutes, praying with that log in my arms before ever putting it into the fire. Because nothing was being taken lightly. Everything was being offered. I would then kneel before the flames, whispering my prayers into the log, breathing my breath into this tree of life. Quiet, listening. Because the fire has its own intelligence. It has its own rhythm. It has its own wisdom. And I would ask the fire where the wood piece belonged. And then gently, slowly, I would place the log into the flames. Afterwards, I would offer ghee and copal to the fire, feeding the fire as our ancestors have done for thousands of years. And in that moment, you realize the wood is not the only thing entering the fire. I was offering something of myself, our prayers, our presence, our souls. And when that offering enters the flame, something ancient happens. The fire receives it with love. It transforms it. It illuminates the world with it. This is the mystery of our ancestor, that our ancestors understood, that whatever enters the flame becomes illumination. Wood becomes light, prayer becomes energy, and devotion becomes blessing. And if you sit beside that fire long enough, something begins to happen inside of you. The mind becomes quiet. The heart becomes open. And the fire begins to revealing its teachings, not through words, but through presence, through warmth, and through the silent miracle of transformation unfolding before your eyes. Wood becoming flame, flame becoming light, and light rising into the night sky. And in that moment, you remember something ancient. The fire is not just burning in front of you, the fire is burning within you. This is the truth our ancestors carried across generations. Fire, it's not just an element, it's a messenger. Thousands of years ago, the Vedic sages understood this. They called the sacred fire Agni. And Agni was not simply flame, it was the messenger between worlds, the priest of sacrifice, the carrier of prayers, and the bridge between the human and the divine. In the ancient Vedic ceremonies, offerings were placed into the fire and carried upward by Agni into the divine realm. Ghee, grains, sacred woods, prayers, and intentions. Everything offered into the flame rose upward through the fire, and the fire became the mouth of the divine, receiving the offerings of humanity and carrying them beyond the visible world. And the sages understood something extraordinary. The fire does not only carry physical offerings, it carries transformation. When wood enters the flame, it becomes light. When prayer enters the flame, it becomes energy. And when devotion enters the flame, it becomes blessing. Agni teaches the sacred law of existence. What we offer into the fire becomes light. The sages also spoke of three fires within the architecture of life. The first is our ceremonial fire, the visible flame on the altar, the fire that gathers the community and teaches transformation. The second is the fire of the heart. And the third is the cosmic fire, the fire that burns in the sun, the fire that shines in the stars, and the fire that animates the entire universe. The sages realized that these three separate fires are actually not separate at all. The ceremonial fire, the fire of the heart, and the cosmic fire of creation, they are all the same flame expressed at different scales. The fire on the altar is the same fire that burns in the stars, and it is the same fire that burns inside of you. And this is why tending the fire matters, because humanity is entering a new chapter. There is a new consciousness emerging on Earth. But the new Earth will not be built by ideas alone. It will be built by people who remember how to tend the fire. People who protect the flame of love, people who keep the warmth of community alive, and people who feed the light of truth in times of darkness. This is the calling of the firekeeper. And whether you realize it or not, every one of you listening today has been called to that role. This is the vision of Merkaba Temple, a world where humanity lives in alignment with its divine essence, a world rooted in love, unity, remembrance, and sacred service, a world where spirit, earth, and humanity move in harmony once again. where every heart becomes a sanctuary, every life becomes a legacy of light, and every act becomes a blessing in service to the divine. This is the new earth, and it begins with a single flame, the one burning in your heart. Let us close in prayer. Divine light, sacred fire of creation, the flame that burns in the stars, the flame that burns in the heart, the flame that burns in every living being, we thank you for the sacred fire that transformed darkness into light. May we become worthy keepers of that flame. May our lives be offerings of love. May our actions bring warmth to those who are cold. And may our presence bring light to those walking through darkness. Guide us in sacred service, strengthen our hearts with courage, and fill our spirits with devotion. And remind us always that the same fire that burns in the cosmos burns within all of us. May we tend it with humility. May we share it with compassion. And may its light illuminate the path for generations to come. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Anaye Namaha. Om Guru Om. Amen. Aho. Ashe. And so it is. Aeon will now lead us into meditation so that each of you can sit beside the sacred fire within your own heart and remember the flame you came here to tend. My love.
Om Namah Shivaya. Are you sure I'm water? All right.
Your
everyone.
water comes out of my eyes.
It does. All right, let's take a moment. Let us gently close our eyes, allowing the body to relax. I invite you to take a slow, deep breath in through the nose, and an even slower exhale through the mouth. Again, deep breath in and release. One more time, arriving fully in the body, deep breath in and gently release. Allow the breath to soften and find its natural rhythm. Feel the weight of your body supported by the earth beneath you. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just simply arrive here fully. Now imagine yourself in a quiet place in nature at night. The sky above you is vast and filled with stars. The air is calm and the world is quiet. And in front of you, there is a sacred fire. This fire is steady. The flames are glowing, rising from the earth. This is the fire Christopher spoke about. The ancient fire. The same fire that humanity has gathered around for thousands of years. Begin to notice the warmth of this fire. The soft and gentle movement of the flames. And the quiet crackle of the wood. Allow yourself to sit beside this fire, just as our ancestors once did. Breathing slowly, listening deeply, watching the flame. Now begin to realize something. This fire is not separate from you. This sacred flame represents the fire within your own heart, the fire of life, the fire of love, the fire of courage, the fire of your soul's purpose. Feel that flame glowing gently in the center of your chest. A warm, steady light, alive, sacred, eternal. With each breath, imagine the flame growing slightly brighter. Not intense, not overwhelming, just steady, warm, alive. This is the inner fire the sages spoke about, the fire of the heart. The same fire that burns in the sun, the same fire that shines in the stars, the same fire that lives within every being. Take a moment to feel this connection. Your heart, the fire before you, the fire of the cosmos. All part of the same living flame. Now imagine gently placing something into the fire, something you are ready to release. Perhaps a fear, perhaps doubt, perhaps something that has been weighing on your heart. Offer it to the fire. Watch as the flame receives it and transforms it into light. Feel the warmth of that light spreading through your chest, softening, opening, expanding. Now allow the fire to grow slightly brighter, not just within you, but everywhere. Imagine the flame of your heart connecting with the flames of the hearts of every person in this community. Every person listening, every person walking the path of awakening. Small flames connecting, growing, becoming a field of light. A living network of hearts tending the sacred fire together. This is how the new earth is born. One heart remembering its flame, then another, until the light spreads across the world. Take a slow, deep breath in and release, feeling the warmth of the sacred fire within your heart, knowing that this flame is always with you. It cannot be extinguished. It only asks to be tended. to be nourished with love, with truth, with service, with devotion. When you are ready, begin to bring your awareness back to your body, back to this moment, feeling the breath, feeling the room around you. Gently wiggle the fingers and toes, and when it feels right, slowly open your eyes. The fire is still here, and so are you. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you. That was beautiful meditation.
Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
Ah. All right. Before we close today, I'd love to share a brief moment, heart to heart, about our temple. So Merkaba Temple exists because we choose to build it together. There are no corporations behind this, no institutions funding it. It lives because people like you show up, participate, and support the space so it can continue to serve others. If these gatherings nourish you, if this temple helps you return to yourself each week, then giving is simply a way of participating in what we're building together. So if you feel called, please take out your phone now, open Venmo, and type Merkaba Temple, or visit merkabatemple.com/donate to use PayPal or credit card or other ways. Your offering supports our broadcasts, our gatherings, and retreat scholarships for those who need support. Give what feels true, give what feels clean, and thank you for helping our temple exist.
Let us close today's service in prayer. Divine light, sacred presence within us, around us, and moving through all things, we thank you for the wisdom of the sacred fire. The fire that warms the circle, the fire that illuminates the darkness, the fire that transforms what is offered into light. May we remember that this time, this flame lives within each of us. The fire of courage, the fire of devotion, the fire of truth that guides us toward the life we are here to live. Teach us to tend that flame with humility, to feed it with our presence, to protect it with our integrity, and to share its warmth with those who walk beside us. In times when the world feels uncertain, remind us that even a small flame can illuminate great darkness, and that the new earth we are helping to build begins in the quiet devotion of the human heart. May our lives become offerings. May our actions carry warmth, clarity, and compassion into the world. And may the sacred fire of awakening continue to spread from heart to heart, generation to generation. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Guru Om. Amen.
Amen.
Aho.
Oh.
Ashe. And so it is.
And so it is. Let us seal today's service by singing The Longtime Sun and Satnam. The words can be found in the chat. Here we go. Are you ready? Okay.
May a long time sun
Oh, hold on.
shine upon you.
We're not sharing sound.
Forgot the sound.
Let me share my sound with you guys, everyone. Hold on 1 second here.
You did that last week too.
I know. Oh, goodness. One moment.
You remember how to do it?
Yeah, I got to open this window here so I can. Oh, here. Technical difficulties. It's when you have lots of windows open. Here we go. Here we go, everybody. Here we go. Hang in there. Hang in there.
There we go.
Human problems. Okay, here we go. Once again. Now.
May a long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and a pure light within you guide your way on. guide your way on. May your long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Mom. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. May your long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satnam, everybody. Truth is our identity. One more time.
Satnam, everyone. Satnam. Sorry about those technical difficulties here.
Beloved family, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for your presence, your breath, the sincerity you brought into this temple. A deep gratitude to our Rising Council, Roy, Jacob, and Sapphire, for holding this field with such steadiness, devotion, and integrity each week. Your service strengthens this temple more than you know. As we close, you are warmly invited to stay for fellowship if you are able, to connect, to share, to be together in the afterglow of what we opened today. And if you need to go, know that you remain connected to this temple, to this community, and to the living current that moves through all of us. So, walk in light, walk in love, and remember, we are all one. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is.
Thank you, everyone. All right, give me just one.